Alright, so welcome to learning of basic core Java programming, and so this is the part 2 of conditions and loops. So till now we have covered up the logical statements, else if statement, nested if statement, and conditional statements, right? And actually I'm covering this thing. It doesn't mean that you are perfect and now you can become a programmer. What you need to do is you have to go over Google, right? And Stack Overflow, look at the codes and and search about it, right? So the more you search and the more you actually kind of busy in finding the story of these things, so you will become master of Java program, right? So you must have to do it by your own. So now in this we're going to cover up the switch statements, while loops statements, for loops, and do while loops, right? So let's erase the whole thing first. So, what will we doing when a condition occurs? For example, if suppose A has the value like, suppose you have three values, right? This is vowels A, E, I, O, U, right? So these five things are vowels, right? And now you want to make a case that if either you have to write, you can write this like this, right? Suppose this is a string or any, suppose it's a char type variable here, and you can say C, right? So if C is going to be equal to A, what will you do? You have to print vowels, right? Sorry, just okay. I'm just going distracted. Print A, right? Then you again going to use else if C is equal to E, so you will print E, right? The word else if, so this is how you're going to write the else if, right? And you are in a huge program. So to overcome from this, there is a one way of writing program which is using switch case statement. Actually, I'm not saying that by comparing this doesn't mean that I'm neglecting the importance of if and else conditions or statements, because this is also important. If and else is also important in some particular examples, right? And switch is important in some particular examples, right? So you have to keep in your mind. So what switch is does is, you know, just pass the value here, right? And then it will going to be case first, case second, and case third, and the default case here, right? So what it does is actually it will take your value, right? So if it is case first, if it is lying in case first, so it will execute this here. All the codes which is written over here are here, this one. all the case which is written over here, right? But the fact is, if it is lying into case first, okay, let's do some programming. Okay, so let's create a new class here to learn switch statement. So yes, right. So actually it's a new class that I've created, and new class create a public static void, and that's how you can practice. Right. So under that, we have to create a switch case. So let's take an example of printing the weekend days, right? So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, right? So that's how. So let's take and okay. First, we have to define the structure of syntax. So it's going to switch, and this will take some values. For example, say n, right? And under switch, you will see that they're going to find out the case, and we have to give value 1 here, right? And there is some statements, right? Then case, then we're going the case value 2, right? And there will be some statements here. Case value 3, right? And there are some statements here. So then I can see that there are switch case, right? There is a switch case, and there are some values, value 1 and value 2, value 3 is available here. Now let's implement it, right? So first we have to define the variable, let's say n is equal to 3, right? So it is a day. Actually, before we started, I'll show you something. You might be saying n is red color, right? So why it is red? So it cannot resolve symbol. And why? If you debug this program, so you will see that the n is not defined anywhere, and we are taking this value. That's why it's showing it is raising an error. So just declare this value here. So I'm declaring here, right? See, so first is going to be 1, right? And say first is going to be s out Monday, right? Then assume that it's going to be case 2, right? And this is going to be s out Tuesday, right? S out going to be Monday, Tuesday, and yeah, Wednesday or Wednesday, what do we call it? Okay, so I'm not doing for another case, so just change this value 1. Okay, just keep 3 because I have to show you something. So if I run this program, I'm running it by clicking over here, right? So you will see that this is printing Wednesday, right? Or Wednesday. Because I have given the value 3 over here. But what if I give it to 2, right? In that case, so now if I'm giving value 2, in that case you can see here there are two results getting printed, Tuesday and Wednesday. So this is a buggy program, right? So how to solve this problem? So programmer decided that actually, what happened is when this condition gets true, right? So further it will not evaluate anything, and what it does it start following the sequential execution, and that's how it is printing this Wednesday also, right? So to solve this problem, what we do is we use break statement, right? Break. And similarly we using here break, which means that after executing this statement our program need to be break, right? Or stopped. So this is how we work. Now I have used in break. So if I run this program again, so you will see that the only Tuesday. Now our program is running perfect. And one more thing, suppose if I am giving value 5, right? So what will happen? What do you think? Actually, nothing will happen here, right? Because there is no case for 5. So what we do is we actually introduce a default case, right? Over here, default case, which is going to out. You can say that day is not defined, not defined, right? And now if you run this program, so you will see over here, day is not defined, right? So that's how it works. So what I told you about break, right? So when you use break, break is actually so stop the execution. Actually, if one condition is going to true, so what it does it will start executing the sequentially. So we need to stop that. So in each case, we were using break, right? So here we have used break, and this default, uh, let's consider that any user enters some value, right? And which is not lying into our cases. So what we do, we have to print some default value, right? So this is how we make our program more user interactive, right? So this is about the switch case statement, and now you have to look at the examples. There are thousands of examples available over internet. You will find it and just practice it. That's how you can make perfect yourself. So let's create another class. Now we're moving towards the next thing, which is loop, while loop, right? I don't think anything left here. Okay, everything is perfect, right? Yeah, one thing I'd like to tell you here is, so this is actually the case value, right? So if n is passing, so you are assured that the n is going to be value type like this, 1, 2, 3. Because if user is hitting anything else, or suppose let's say he is entering some integer value, right? sorry, some string value or character value. So in that case, your program will going to be faulty or it will raise an error. So you can deal those things, right, by using some try and catch. Actually not doing it right now here. So you can deal those things. It is very easy. So just consider for this moment, right? So just practice this, right? Simply, that's it. And let's create another class. We call this class while loop. Okay, so in while loop, what we have to do public static void main string. So I want to show you one thing here, very interesting thing. So if I run this program, right? This is all solid, right? What if I change this static public? Will it run or not? Okay, let's check it. I think it will run because there's no problem in that declaring these things. Okay, this is running perfectly. So don't worry if you have read somewhere public static, then it's okay because in previous example I'm showing you public static void main, but you can also use static public void main. There is no difference in that, right? So this is the beauty of programming. You're not bound at a particular thing. Okay, so we have to demonstrate the while loop. So while loop is basically, let's say we have to print value 1 to 10, right? So so we have to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So to print these numbers, what you do is one way is that I have told you right now is what you just use the printf statement, right? Print statement. Just use print statement and write one, then print, write two. It will going to be very lengthy. So we will solve this problem with the help of loop, right? And how to solve this? So first, let's look at the syntax of while loop. Over here, syntax. So this is actually says while, and you have to give some conditions here, right? And then a statement. And always remember, when you are writing a while loop, you must have to increment or decrement the condition values. Otherwise, your loop will going to be infinite loop. And it is not something like that. Infinite loop is not usable. Actually, it is used when someone is writing games, right? So when games are written, so infinite loops are used actually. So what they do is they use the true statement, and that's how you see that your game is smoothly running, right? So in that case they use while loop, but here my purpose is to tell you to stop somewhere, and our main task is in problem solving to print the numbers, right? 1 to 10. So let's define some numbers first here. And n is equal to 1, right? And what we have to build the condition if n is greater than equal to 10, so print n. Okay, if I leave this, for example, let's say that, look what will going to happen, right? You'll see that you'll see that funny thing. So it will keep running actually. This will fall into infinite loop, and we need to stop this. Okay, now my system is getting hacked, right? So this is infinite loop. Okay, now it's finished. Thank God. So you will see that one. So there are so many ones available. You can see here. So this is actually infinite loop. So for that purpose, we need to increment the values. So to increment the values, I have told you about it. This increment operator. This is the postfix increment, right? So this will each time incrementing your values. So if I get the values for here and run it again. Alright, perfect. So now you will see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 values are getting printed. Hmm. What if I have to do some other tasks? For example, let's have print the table of 2. Yes, and run it again. So you will see that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And if you want to put some structural ways, like say this way, 1, 2. Okay, so suppose we want to print something like this. Two into assembly. Is equal to this. Okay, I'm using the format specifier or whatever. Okay, let's print this if what will happen. Hmm. So basically not taking the value. Simply we must have to take that value too. And this is only possible when I give it to n. Okay, it's really simple. Okay, leave that. Don't be very smart. I'll be talking about it later. This is actually for, I want to demonstrate the format specifier. Actually, I don't know how this can happen. Later I'll explain about it. So we have printed our main task, which was print 1 to 10, right? So you can see that only in 3 lines your whole thing is going to happen, right? And this is about while loop, and now you have to go over internet and find the examples of it. There are so many examples available, and there are people who love to print star values. If you look at them, right? So they print a star, so you can print using while loop stars. And then we have the for loop. So in while loop, you might be seeing here, right? It will only going to print when these values are going to be true, right? Okay, if it's not true, let's say you have given here 11, will this print or not? So this will not run because this will say it's false, right? So you will see that the process finished with exit code 0 and nothing. So this code doesn't run here, right? So we have for loop, right? Okay, first understand do while loop. Do while. I'm sorry. Okay, delete this class. Okay, create new class. So always remember when you form a class, you must have first letter must have to be capital. So this is the convention that programmers follow. So do while, and in do while you will see like this. Okay, so do, and here you have to give while conditions, right? So condition. Let's say n is equal to n is equal to 11, 1, right? That's out and print, you have to print n, right? And we have to give conditions which will going to be equal to 10. Plus plus. We actually forgot about public static void main. Just put whole thing over there. Alright, so now it's perfect. If I run this code, um, you will see that so this it is working same as the while was working, right? But the best thing is why programmer prefer do while and why go for while or while go for some one other loop which is for loop. So this is depend on application, and the more you research over it, you will automatically define that which loop you have to go for, right? So I'm not making that this loop is better and this loop is not better. So according to your needs and application, you can choose your loop, right? So let's say if I give here 11, right, and run this program. So you will see that this 11 is printing, and in previous example, in while loop example, um, 11 was not printed, right? So do while actually say that you must have to execute statement once, right? So this is the main difference. This is the point, basic difference. So it is going to execute this first and then check the conditions, right? And while loop first check the condition, then if condition is true, then only print this statement. In do while, it will not going to happen so, right? So it will first print your statement and then check the condition, and you will see that the while loop has no body, only do has the body. So do your task till, so basically I think that it might be application like do your task till this, right? And it might be something like this. um, Keep going, keep if in this situation this is going to happen, then you keep doing your task, right? Something like this, maybe. So we have to get next looping, which is going to be for loop. So for loop is actually a bit interesting because most I've seen in most of the codes, um, for loop is used actually. So this work as uh, you can say the combination. This is the combination of while and do while, right? Public static void main. One thing I would like to tell you is the ARGs that I'm writing over here should mean that you must have to write this. You can write anything that you like. You can write K. In that case, too, your program will run, right? So let me show you. Hello. You see that this is your program is running still, right? So don't be like, yeah, you must have to write this sentence. But yeah, those are keywords like public. You cannot mess up with this class. You cannot mess up with this. You can change this. You can name it whatever you like. And again, I'm sorry, I must have to name this class from capital, right? So let me do it here. Rename the file. How to rename this file? Just click over here. Let's right click over there. Okay, let me show you again. Right click over there and there is a refactor, right? In refactor, you should click over rename, right? So in rename, you just have to go for loop. And why I have click over refactor? Refactor, what actually does is it change the whole thing in your program, right? So it will not raise an error. For example, if you want to change or modify some value, some variable name. So if you are using refactor, so refactor will take care of the whole thing and it will modify the whole program, right? So it is the best thing that IDE provides. Otherwise you might fall into some other. So look at that, I just changed the program file name, so it also the class name is also changed, right? So this is the beauty of it. Okay, if I don't give the braces, this program run or not? Let's see. Okay, it is reading some error. The main method not found in class.com. Please define the main method as public static void main, right? So they are saying that you have to define this way, right? Okay. So actually, this is an array, and I don't want to go deep that why this is written over here because some it takes some parameters, and when we are writing programs, we take some parameters, right? And then taking that parameters and using that parameters, right? So for that purpose, this is actually used. But right now, just forget about it. Don't worry about it. So we have to use the for loop, right? This is syntax for loop. So for loop says that first you have to initialize and then use semicolon and then condition, right? Then use semicolon and the increment or decrement your program. And here is your statement statements that you want to execute. So the beauty of for loop is three tasks in one line. So this is also going to reduce your line of code, right? Because this will also consider that when you write a program, so your line of code should have to be minimum, right? So for loop perform very better. So you can initialize your value over here and give some condition over here to check that value, and you can increment and decrement in just one statement. So how to do that? Let's comment this first and make another for loop state block. So let's say that we have to print 1 to 10, right? That's we are doing. So let's initialize value I is equal to 10, right? Then we have to check the condition. So how we are checking the condition like this, right? And then, okay, we have to initialize with 1 here. We have to increment the value plus plus. So we have to print I, right? So you can name it anything like I, N, or whatever you like. So two notable thing over here is I'm declaring the value over here, right? So it is a int type. So many people what they do is they declare int I like this, and then they use I like this, right? So you can also do that. There's no problem in this, but um, actually, when you are doing C programming, in C programming you cannot write this way, right? So you first have to declare your values over here, and then you can use this. Actually, I'm talking about C programming about old compiler, right? So the compiler which are coming right now, actually you can do this, right? So you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I++ doesn't mean that you only have to increment your value by 1. You can increment your value by 2 as well. So what you need to do is just put 2 here. And you will see something like this. So you see 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, right? And this is the odd number. So what is this? Okay, I have to explain this first. I think I didn't explain about it. So if someone is written like this, right? So it means that I is equal to I plus 2, right? So what we are doing is we are adding value 2 in present I, right? So you can write it this statement, this complete statement, which is like this. You can write this like this in simple way, right? That's how we use this. And this is not only for this. Plus, you can use for any. Okay, let's comment this out. Now, just learn it. You can do it for minus as well, minus 2, which means that we are going to minus 2, right? And you can also do this for division, right? So this is actually a shortcut, which means that I'm dividing it with 2, right? You can also do it for modulus operator. So what is modulus operator? So if you are going to uh, but divide some value and the remainder is going to be print out, right? So let's say that, okay, first I have to print the modulus operator over here now. This is the uh, modulus, modulus operator. This is modulus operator. And what we need to do is, suppose there is a 5 modulus 2. So it will going to give the value 3, right? Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, 1, right? So because the remainder is going to be 1, right? So that's how modulus operator works. So this is about for loop, and I think that we have finished that task, right? Okay, so everything is finished. So I'm hoping that now you have got the whole idea, right? Now from here you just go over internet and you will find lots of solutions. So I discussed about the for loop, while loop, and do while, right? And in previous video we discussed about the if statement, else statement, if else, and if else combination, about these things, right? And also have discussed about the switch cases, switch case, right? So after getting these, now you can solve the real world programming, right? So just go or internet, you will find there are lots of problems are available like printing Fibonacci series, and finding a factorial, right? And there are so many things are available. You can now go and search over internet and find it, and first look at the problem, right? And try to solve that problem by your own, right? Or you can print some values like this, some print star values like this, some patterns, right? We call patterns. So you can print the patterns as well. So go to the internet and search these things. And one thing I would suggest, if you are serious to learn about programming, you don't have to look over the solution. You just have to keep trying, and unless you're not going to get tired and feeling bored, right? So just keep trying, and that's how you can learn it, right? So that's about the I've covered the basics, and in basics, basically we're looking at how to make comments, how to write variables, and how to add and subtract, right? And in here, in do while, so this is the basic plus, you can say that, right? This is kind of basic plus. So here we covered do while loops, right? Which is kind of looping and conditioning. Now, in next video, we will looking about the more interesting things, right? Which will be actually the real use of, you can say that is the programming, right? But till now, you can solve many problems, and you just have to practice. And if you become familiar with it, just go for the next video. So thanks for watching, and meet you in next video.